So the French open up this new season with British ministerial crisis, which forced the British to lose a card if they had it in their hand. In this case, the victories in Germany, which is pretty cool. It would have actually allowed them to upgrade all these units to full strength. However, well, wait, are those regulars? Yeah, those are regulars. With that red top, they count as regulars, even though they're locally raised, I guess. Anyway, that's a pretty heavy blow, but it could have been a kind of risky move. Okay, a few card plays, both kind of, I don't know, especially the British kind of playing for the setup so far. There's not a lot of cards left in this year. They put blockhouses and raised some provincial regiments, giving them additional northern troops, a bunch of them, because that's really where the fighting seems to be happening right now. The French removed Shirley. He's kind of a decent commander with a 2 initiative rating. So, you know, right now, there are only 2 leaders in that range. Braddock back here, and they'd have to really take an effort to move. And, of course, Johnson, who's just kind of sitting there all by himself without any troops. And they also positioned a couple of units for raiding, although I may not want to use the lights. I may want to use, where were they? Yeah, I think they were there. I think I want to use these guys. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6 to here. That gives me, I think, the most opportunities. I'm not sure. It's hard to tell. It looks like I just have this one space. Anyway. I think that puts us back on the Brits. The English have some big cards, and they played a campaign. First moving Webb now up to attack the French. You know, the French still have a lot of advantages, but on top of that, they threw an ambush into play, which is going to be a serious, serious problem for the English. Let's see what we've got. We've got 7, 10, 13 to 14. So they're doubled. Let's see what we get here. English are still at -2 for the stockade and the entrenchments. French are still at +1 for leadership. And English are at -3 make it because they're lacking auxiliary troops. And what were we at? Something like 13 to 14. That's going to be on the same column. Well, the English are less than 0. They're only going to do 1 hit. And the French are great. They're going to do 5 hits. That's 3, 4, 5. They wiped out this English army. Ouch. That's another victory point. Webb falls back. Oh, actually, both leaders have a chance to be killed here. Levis is not there. I got to take a hit on him, but we'll see. Okay, so the white roll will be for inflicting on the English, and the English managed to kill Levis. Levis. And they take a hit, which must be against a drilled unit, because all odd hits have to be against them first. So that's kind of a mixed blessing. They lost a good leader in exchange for winning a big battle. And for the English, they have another action for their campaign. I was considering pushing up this way very slowly, building my fortifications as I go. The problem is those stockades could be raided by the Indians, and that's kind of a painful situation. A little bit easier, and that's if I move this force into place, start pushing up. See, it's just really hard to figure out what you want to do. You know, I definitely want to move another leader. It's which other leader do I want to move? this is just so risky because they've got to raid against stockades anywhere in the cultivated areas. And they won't be able to build a stockade. Alright, how about nope. He won't be able to move through this space. Oh yeah, he will. Sure. 1, 2, 3. We'll build a chain of troops up there. I don't know how safe that is, but we don't have a French leader there yet. Well, the French raids didn't do anything. They just caused damage to the Indians, which is kind of to be expected with all the modifiers against. The English built their stockade here. They demolished their stockade up here at Winooski, and I've been cheating, I think, because I think the English marched up through here as though there were no stockades. Likewise, I captured a stockade when it should have been destroyed. Just a number of little things I've gotten wrong here. No big shock, but, well, I'm sure somebody will catch them, because there's people who really like this game and probably play it a lot. Alright, well, we're on to the French turn. And to finish up the actions, the French went for a late turn siege on the last card. They didn't get it. That's kind of a shame. They're going to suffer some attrition there. The English positioned here, they have their chain. They're ready for sort of this multi-pronged attack. They can start marching up this way. Although, I don't know if they can build, I don't know if they can cross those mountains. But they weren't doing much down in Alexandria, so no real harm there. But they are definitely set up for a fight in this direction. And they figure they're going to have more troops, so they'll be able to march up this way. It'll be easier, and the French are going to suffer their attrition for this turn. And that's the end of the year. The British held card marker goes away. The blockhouses go away. They're a short-term effect for just the year. The Intrigues Against Shirley card goes away. And we're low enough in the deck here. There's a few cards left. And we're going to need to reshuffle. The way that works in this game, you deal out the cards and then you reshuffle. You don't shuffle them in unless... Ah! Never mind. The surrender card was played. So indeed we do shuffle the whole deck. I didn't notice that. Alright, so the whole deck's going to be shuffled together. And that means there are some cards that didn't come into play. Otherwise we drop up into 1757. And with the speed I did this, we should be able to get probably one vid a year, I think. Alright, up it goes.